Practically, this is an assumptions question. The wording is a bit different, but a closer view will help you understand that this question asks for an assumption on which this argument depends. This first sentence here is the conclusion of the argument. The conclusion is that those who engage in electricity theft by siphoning electricity from public source perpetuate a vicious cycle. What is this cycle? The cycle is that the theft forces an increase in fee, and the increase in fee drives even more people to engage in electricity theft. We need to figure out what assumption has been made in establishing this vicious cycle. Answer choice B talks about a potential solution to the situation, and therefore this answer choice weakens and not strengthens the argument, so this cannot be a valid assumption. Remember, a valid assumption is something that strengthens the argument and must be correct for the argument to hold its ground. That the hike in electricity fee tends to incentivize consumers to increase their incomes is out of the scope of the argument. The argument is limited to electricity being stolen, that leading to an increase in electricity prices, and that in turn leading to even more electricity theft. Increasing incomes is out of the scope of the argument, and therefore this cannot be a valid assumption made in the argument. Answer choice D talks about a strategy not working unless simultaneously another strategy is applied. Two problems with this answer choice. One, it talks about a different strategy not working, which is not in the purview of the argument in question. And the second problem is that indirectly this answer choice talks about a potential solution. A solution that lowering electricity fee along with monetary penalties may work. A potential solution would weaken the argument, and therefore this cannot be a valid assumption. That no tipping point in electricity bills beyond which the incidences of electricity theft consistently increased cannot be determined is just an operational detail. This does not have any bearing on the conclusion, and this is something that does not have to be true for the argument to hold ground. So this cannot be a valid assumption. Let's confirm answer choice A now. Answer choice A brings in a very interesting dimension that while setting electricity fee, the providers do not already account for a loss in revenue through electricity theft. Imagine if the providers already accounted for the loss, they would not have to raise their fee, and if they don't raise their fee, even more people would not engage in electricity theft and the vicious cycle would be broken. So answer choice A strengthens the argument. It is something that must be true for the argument to hold ground, and we just applied the assumption negation test. On turning this statement negative, the argument went haywire. That if the providers already accounted for such a loss in revenue, they would not have to raise their fee, and this would in turn not lead to more people engaging in electricity theft, and the cycle must be broken. Answer choice A is as good as it gets. If you chose any other answer choice, the bigger question that you must ask yourself is why did you eliminate answer choice A? A is the correct answer choice.